Alright guys, welcome on back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be diving into Black Ops 7's endgame. This mode did take me a little bit to come around to. Even though I did unlock the mode on Black Ops 7 launch day, I ended up playing a couple matches of it and I kind of thought it might ultimately not be for me. I think just the overarching story and the fact that we could have gotten MWZ 2 instead of this was making me a little bit salty. The more and more that I have played this mode, I've come to realize that this basically just is MWZ 2. Except for in this mode, instead of the zombies being the main threat, it's more going to be about the robots and the humans. The zombies are definitely still present on the map and are definitely still a threat. In this game, it actually makes more sense of them being here. The zombies, or in this game as they're called, Fear, are actually being created by the guild and being used as weapons. Even though the guild is like the overarching bad guy in this mode, we'll still have to deal with a bunch of different zombies and zombie type bosses. There is one big boss in this map that once you get your power rating high enough, you can go down there and try to fight this guy. He's basically just a disciple with a bunch of other zombie type enemies that are going to be running around at the same time. As of right now, before season 1 starts, that's basically your main goal in this mode, is to just get your power level high enough so you can go down there, fight that guy, and extract. I do believe there's 9 different operator skins that you can unlock by killing this guy and then extracting. Now yes, you do have to do that with each operator, so it is a little bit of a process, but your overall gameplay loop is almost one-to-one with MWZ. There is a few differences. They got a couple new contracts and things, you got some other new enemies. A lot of the contracts or activities are basically just copy and pasted straight over. We got the deliver cargo contract, and then you have the HVT contract. There's that protect the safe one. But in this game, instead of really looting or going for those schematics, you're just going to be basically working up that power rating. And the higher and higher that you get your power rating, you'll eventually be able to move faster, you'll get more armor plates, you'll be able to shoot faster. Basically, these skill tracks, or this new like roguelike system, is basically just a new way of getting all of your perks, and I would actually kind of argue these can make you a little bit more powerful than the perks can. You can still do a little bit of looting, but it's basically just out of chests and safes, and it's just going to be these little bits of loot. You can either choose between 1 or 2 guns or 1 or 2 pieces of equipment. Now, upgrading your weapons is actually fairly simple as well, instead of having a pack-a-punch machine or having to worry about like your rarities or anything like that. There are certain activities on the map that once you clear them out, you will open up a weapons upgrade bench. You can only use each bench once, so choose which weapon that you want to upgrade. Just a small tip for you guys, if you wait a few minutes into the match, go ahead and pull up your map and look into one of the higher tier zones. Most likely somebody has already unlocked one of the legendary benches out there. Even if your combat rating isn't really high enough to be out in those zones, it's pretty easy to use either just your kinetic jump or your grapple hook and go out there really fast, zip out there, go back out. That's another thing I kind of want to touch on really quick, is the grappling hook or the jump mixed with the wingsuit is just so much fun. Like, I know there's vehicles on this map, but I never even have to use them just because I can just easily jump up in the sky, hit that wingsuit, and I'm gone. Plus, there's a bunch of different abilities that you guys can use, like you got a war machine, or you can cloak yourself. So the cloaking ability is actually really cool. It makes getting a bunch of different contracts done really easy. One of my favorite ones, it's actually kind of a pain to get done if you don't have this, is the cargo exploding car. There's going to be these vehicles that you can come up on that are about to explode that are going to have a bunch of guys around them, and there's going to be a chest that you can loot. When you approach these vehicles, you quite literally have like 3 seconds to hit that chest before it blows up, and it's honestly quite hard to do. But if you cloak yourself just before you get there, they won't even see you. You can easily just walk up and hit that chest, easy 400 power. Probably one of the quickest activities that you can do. I kind of like to bounce back and forth between doing these and the HVTs. I also do like clearing out the strongholds from time to time. They are basically exactly like from MWC, except for instead of the cyst this time around, we have like these plants that are growing in here. It does work the exact same way. Once you clear out all the plants, then you can go upstairs and loot that chest, but they did add an extra step to this one. In this mode, there's going to be a doppelgas that spawns in after you end up clearing it, so once you kill the doppelgas, then you can go ahead and loot. Yet again, like you guys are going to see here, this is another spot where that cloak actually does come in handy, because you can cloak yourself from the doppelgas and he just kind of goes dumb from you for a second. That is one of the criticisms that I do have with this mode, is that what is with the AI? They maybe were able to rip almost everything else from MWZ, but this is not the same AI. It can't be. I think somehow Sledgehammer was using Infinity Ward's AI and Treyarch had to use their own, because they are just not the same. It really does feel like instead of the AI actually being smart and using moves to take you down, it's like they really just try to overpower you with numbers. You walk right past a lot of these guys, like almost right in front of them, and they don't even turn to look at you. I'll look over and like one of the AI is running directly into a wall while 2 of them are like kind of searching around, but not really. It is a little bit difficult to explain, but it just feels like the human AI in this game. That's really what I'm talking about, is the human AI. The zombie enemies and the robots, for the most part, I think those feel fine. You guys will have to let me know on this down in the comments if I'm just like off my rocker or something, but the human AI in this game just feels really dumb, and they try to overpower you with numbers and just like almost aimbot accuracy. I know you're probably wondering to yourself, what's the main goal here? Like, what should I really be doing if I'm interested in playing this mode? Like we mentioned previously, there is the main boss that you can build up your characters to and go down there to defeat to get those skins. That'll give you the actual final cutscene of the campaign, which basically just leads into them giving us hopes that they're going to be supporting this game throughout the months and seasons to come. Which in Season 1, we are going to be getting a bunch of new content here in Endgame with a bunch of new skill tracks, and we're getting the Origins robot as some sort of a new event. And they say that when this thing does get called into matches, it'd be smart if everybody in the match just kind of helps each other try to take down this big robot. I ain't gonna lie, it does kind of sound like fun and kind of like another game that we've been playing recently. There is quite a few operator slots for you guys to build up, so that way you have operators there sitting and waiting. In case one dies, you can go ahead and grab another one without having to build their power all the way back up. We got the camo grind, which is pretty relatively easy to do. And there's the exotic weapons that you guys can use. These are legendary guns that you can find from completing contracts or for beating that final boss. These weapons are going to be very powerful with like special abilities. I've had a few with ammo mods from zombies like Deadwire and Shadow Rift. I really do like the idea of these exotic weapons. I think they're really fun to find. The only problem that I've noticed with them is I don't think you can earn camos while you're using these. Not sure if that's a bug or if that's intended. I don't think it should be intended though. I think there is a little bit to keep us busy for now, and Season 1 is just around the corner. And having the Origins robots just stomping around this map honestly does sound really cool. I think putting an Orda on this map would be really cool as well. I always wanted them to do that on MWZ. The more and more that I play this mode, guys, it really does just feel like the next iteration of MWZ. I personally really wish that they would have just went full on MWZ and just kind of leaned into the zombie stuff. That's just me personally. The gameplay loop is pretty good. I am actually starting to enjoy it. I just really hope that Treyarch actually takes the time to put the effort into giving us some really good content for this mode, and to not just leave us hanging after like Season 2 or 3. That was really the biggest problem with MWZ. They started off so freaking strong, and honestly it just ended so bad because they just didn't upkeep on it. It honestly had so much potential and they could have done so much with it, and they just didn't. Since MWZ was more of a Sledgehammer project and this is more of a Treyarch project, this time around they can actually take what they've learned from MWZ and bring forth some of the things that they wanted to bring to that mode. Since we've gotten rid of schematics and ether crystals and things like that, I think the incentives this time around for going back in and completing these types of things are going to be like skins and weapon camos. They really could try to actually get creative with it too, instead of doing something simple like in DMZ where you would extract with a weapons case. I mean, they could do something like that, but I think actually having challenges would be more interesting. Of course, we have the main challenge to defeat Dr. Faulkner and extract, and once you do that, you unlock the regular endgame skin. The suggested combat rating to be out in the 4th tier zone is 45. They could put a challenge in that's like, defeat Dr. Faulkner before power level 30 to get this skin. See what I mean? And that way the people would know when they saw that skin, they'd be like, oh man, they actually defeated that hard-ass boss when they were underpowered. Like, we got the Origins robot that's about to be here, and they even say in the blog post it's best for the lobby to try to take this thing on. Well, what if you were the only person that decides to take on the Origins robot and you end up taking it on solo by yourself and you defeat it? You should get something for that. If not a single other person put one bullet in on this robot and I end up taking it down by myself, and it was suggested that like 10 people are supposed to be taking this thing on, then yeah, we should get a reward. Honestly, I think that they could do so many cool things with this mode. My biggest hopes is that the MWZ crowd, the ones that really adored that mode, find this one and actually enjoy it. Because as of right now, this is the closest thing to an MWZ or an MWZ2 that we're gonna get. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, especially if you made it all the way towards the end. You guys are absolute legends. This does kind of feel crazy and surreal to me. It has been like over a year since I've made one of these videos, or at least non-open world zombies. Do kind of feel like a father that has finally returned with the milk. But if you guys did enjoy it, please do me a huge favor, rock the hell out of that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.